Okay, imagine this. You walk into a room and it's just buzzing, right? Full of these really passionate, forward-thinking people, and they're all talking, sharing their latest breakthroughs, the things that made them go, aha, and yeah, even their frustrations with AI. Well, today, you kind of get to be in that room. We're bringing that conversation right here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This deep dive is all about digging into how AI is actually changing things,
Yeah.
professionally and personally. And our source material today is pretty unique. It's from a recent standing AI meeting. So it's a raw, kind of unfiltered look at how different professionals are using AI, like right now.
Yeah, and our mission really is to cut through all the hype, all the noise, and just pull out the practical stuff, the surprising bits about what AI can do now, the hurdles people are facing, and maybe where it's heading. This is for you if you're curious and trying to figure out this fast-moving world without getting, totally overwhelmed. We'll look at everything from legal work to making TV shows. So let's get into it.
Okay, so one of the first things that really jumps out from the sources is how AI is acting as this
Mm.
personal amplifier. It's
Yeah.
not just about automating tasks. It's almost like having an extra brain
Hmm.
or maybe a creative partner that helps you get past those roadblocks, helps you think
Yeah,
bigger.
I loved that idea. AI as your personal superhero sidekick, maybe. Or just a really, really good assistant. That definitely came through with Desmond's story. He kind of stumbled into AI just last November. He literally swapped watching TV for learning AI. And he hit that common wall, right? Trying to find a good learning community when the tech changes, like every 5 minutes.
hmm And his first steps were pretty down to earth, using AI for like workout plans, writing better emails, basic stuff. But then it gets really interesting, some big wins. He used AI to help build a case for asking for a raise. That alone gave him a huge confidence boost, even while it's still pending. But wow, the really powerful one, he used AI with zero background in legal docs to fight a default judgment. He actually stopped his wages from being garnished. And get this, it even led to the opposing attorney quitting the case. I mean, talk about a real-world impact. That shows how AI can potentially level the playing field in really complex areas like law.
That is incredible, seriously. A massive win, driven by AI. And his whole philosophy now is about stacking wins, build confidence bit by bit. And that idea that if a room isn't ready for you, well, there's another way around, which led him to this amazing goal, teaching 1,000 Hoosiers people in Indiana how to use AI. He started giving free classes in libraries, building a community. So it makes you think, right, for you listening, what small win could AI help you get, maybe even today?
Yeah, and when you zoom out from the individual stories, you see AI isn't just helping one person here or there. It's starting to shake up entire industries. A key theme that kept coming up was AI's knack for pulling structured data out of just messy, unstructured information. That's huge for fields drowning in text or records.
Definitely saw that in the legal tech example. Masai, he's in DC, runs an AI automation agency just for lawyers. He talked about a project for a personal injury attorney, using AI to sift through hundreds, maybe thousands of pages of medical records, extracting the key bits, doctor's name, diagnosis, where the service happened, the date. Now, why is that such a big deal? Well, apparently PI attorneys always struggle matching the medical records to the right bills. It's a nightmare.
Right, finding the connection.
Exactly. And the AI solves it by pulling out the bill costs, location, date too, so they can actually compare and match things up accurately. That's going to save so much time and money.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just law. We saw it in marketing and content creation, too. Xena, for instance, she's really focused on mastering things like ChatGPT, the large language models. Her big takeaway, AI amplifies what you're doing rather than replacing it. She said her productivity went up like 10x. She can bang out first drafts of blog posts super quick now, post daily, drive campaigns, stuff that used to totally drain her. It's about using the tech smartly.
And then you look at web design and development, some really fascinating takes there. Kamara had this great analogy. He compared AI's impact to when drum machines and samplers hit the music scene back in the 80s.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. At first, traditional musicians kind of pushed back, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, those tools just expanded creativity, sped things up, gave artists more time to actually think and imagine. It's a good reminder that new tools, even disruptive ones, can free up our human creativity for, the bigger picture stuff.
But there's the flip side, of course. The scary part for folks who've been doing this for years, suddenly they're competing with these super fast, template-driven AI services, often from providers overseas, like in India, who can spin up a whole website in like 2 days. That's tough competition.
So Kamara's plan is interesting. He wants to balance his traditional quality web design work with these faster AI-powered solutions for maybe shorter-term projects or content generation, trying to offer both quality and speed. He even mentioned wanting to become a prompt engineer service,
Mhm.
basically getting really good at telling the AI exactly what to do to get the best results.
Ah, specializing in the instructions. Makes sense.
And then you have Sevakunzi talking about vibe coding. He mentioned a platform called Lovable where you build apps and websites just using words, no code. He uses ChatGPT like a sandbox, right? To craft his prompts first, figure out the instructions before using the actual development tools, save some time, and, importantly, those expensive credits. These AI tools charge for usage. And his point was, look, creative people who aren't technical can now build really solid stuff that maybe only experienced coders could build before, all thanks to AI.
That really speaks to the democratization aspect, doesn't it? Lowering the barrier to entry.
Absolutely. And it's not just coding or design. Think about Ida, the production designer in TV, an industry that's been, let's say, resistant. She talked about how AI gives her a real edge. She turns her 2D or 3D designs into virtual mock-ups, even does these 360-degree panoramic views for the executive producers.
I can really see it.
Exactly. Gets approvals faster, fewer changes later, saves money, and it puts her ahead of some industry veterans who are maybe scared of the tech or just refusing to adapt. She mentioned using tools like SketchUp and Kuhom COHM specifically, not just Midjourney.
Right. Finding the right tool for the job.
Yeah. And look, the TV industry has had its issues, the strikes over AI. But her point was, Pandora's box is open. AI is here.
Which brings us to a really crucial part of the conversation. Okay, how do we actually navigate all this? How do we use these tools well? Because with all this information, all these tools, critical thinking becomes more important than ever, right? Questioning what the AI gives you.
You nailed it. And that leads straight into the challenges people brought up. Like just the sheer volume of information.
Yeah.
Kamara talked about this feeling overwhelmed by all the new AI apps popping up every single day. How do you even know which ones are worth your time?
And the classic AI problem. Hallucinations.
Yeah.
Zena had a great way of putting it. She said she trains ChatGPT like a junior employee, teaching it to spot when it makes stuff up or uses old info. Like she found it citing research that was updated 10 years later.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it just hammers home that you absolutely need humans in the loop for verification, for common sense. AI is a tool. It's not infallible.
Then there's the fear factor. Ida saw it in TV, people just refusing to adopt AI because of, fear-mongering. But Masai brought up a chilling point from a cybersecurity expert he knows. The bad guys, the hackers. They are using AI. So businesses have to use AI on their side to defend themselves. You can't take a knife to a gunfight, as he put it. Pretty stark warning.
And he made a really critical distinction about cybersecurity and data privacy, specifically with tools like ChatGPT, the free version. It uses your input, your data, to train its models. That's a huge risk if employees are plugging sensitive company info into it.
Oh, definitely. Data leakage waiting to happen.
Right. The paid versions often have better privacy controls. But ultimately, he stressed, the biggest security weak link is always people clicking that phishing link, So education is key alongside the tech.
Okay, so given the pitfalls, how do you work well with AI? They shared some good tips on prompting, telling the AI what to do. Sebakunzi found that talking to AI in normal, full sentences works better than trying to use code-like commands, unless you tell it otherwise. To speak naturally.
Interesting. Less is more, maybe.
And Desmond's advice for beginners, start small. Choose something that would help benefit you today. Get those small wins, build confidence. He also suggested keeping a prompt journal, writing down the prompts that worked well. Helps you learn and get better.
Good practical tips. And for tools to start with, Desmond recommended mastering the free version of ChatGPT first. Then Canva, he called it a Swiss Army knife. Super versatile. And CapCut for video stuff. Pretty accessible starting points.
And mindset seems crucial too. Zena talked about needing emotional intelligence to handle the ups and downs of AI. Some days it's amazing, other days, you want to shave your head again.
Relatable for anyone working with new tech, I bet.
Totally. And Desmond's advice to give yourself permission to grow, let go of ideas sometimes because maybe they're meant for someone else. And Kamara's approach. Embrace the blank sheet of paper and a sharp pencil sometimes. Don't just rely on past experience. Be adaptable.
Yeah, that adaptability is key. And it circles back to this idea that knowledge isn't just about having information. It's about understanding it, applying it. And as we've heard, having multiple viewpoints, different experiences, really deepens that understanding, especially with something as complex as AI.
For sure. And Masai made a point that really stuck with me. AI makes you better at what you're already good at. His argument is that the real advantage goes to people with domain expertise. You combine that deep knowledge, those years of experience with these new tools, that's where you get exponential improvement, real quality.
Right. Technology plus expertise.
Exactly. And his warning was pretty clear. Those who refuse to use the tools risk getting left behind.
And yet, at the same time, we heard from Kamara and Sebakunzi this really hopeful idea that AI lowers the barrier to entry in creative fields. It lets natural talent, raw creativity shine through, even without traditional training or coding skills. It's kind of democratizing creativity itself.
But that democratization comes with disruption, real concerns. Kamar mentioned his actor friend worried about AI replacing actors. You know, studios using licensed images and voices with animation to cut costs drastically in Hollywood.
The deepfake discussion.
Yeah. And that fear extends way beyond acting. Legal, medical, so many fields are looking at potential shifts. It feels like a big change is underway.
Sebakunzi's analogy was spot on, I thought. Rejecting AI now is like Blockbuster ignoring Netflix back in the day.
Oof, yeah.
The Pandora's box is open, as Ida said. So industries, individuals, we have to figure out the happy medium, right?
Yeah.
How to use AI powerfully, but also with integrity. It's about evolving, not just resisting.
And even with all AI can do, that human element remains absolutely critical. Like Xena, spending hours editing AI-generated drafts to add her own voice, her own perspective, check the facts.
Yeah, it's not push-button magic.
Not at all. It's collaboration. The human brings the nuance, the critical eye, the strategy. That's not going away.
So it really is a journey, isn't it? This constant learning and adapting as the technology evolves, which leaves us with a thought to chew on, maybe. In a world where AI can automate so much, can do so many tasks, what are those uniquely human skills that will really set you apart? And maybe more importantly, how are you going to intentionally nurture those skills right alongside learning to use these incredible